How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my second video of this channel. If you guys watched the first video, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to do it even cleaner this time. So today I had another trade on my eval. Yes, I am still on the eval, and it looks like I'm gonna stay here for a little while longer because I lost another $220, as you can see from the title of this video. So I took two trades today. Both were longs, and well, we could just say it was unfortunate, or we can try and explain what happened, right? Because we can't just always blame it on price action. And today I'm going to try my best to explain my thought process, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. So let's get right into the day trading video. So if you guys are following the market at the moment, you guys know that both NASDAQ and ES are at an all-time high, right? And right, I can show it to you right here. ES is as high as it's ever been, and that is also the case for NASDAQ. So when we trade on an all-time high, we can't really trade with the high time frames, if that makes sense. Well, not when we're bullish anyway. And today I'm not going to try to flip the market. I'm not going to try to predict the flip anyway. I'm going to react off of it. Like I said, I'm a reaction trader. So this is what it looks like on the hourly on ES. I'm going to also show it on NASDAQ. So we have this hour gap and on both indexes. On NASDAQ, however, we go all the way into it and we fill it, but not on ES. And what does that create? That creates a bullish SMT. And if you guys aren't aware what an SMT divergence is, I suggest you go, well, there's a bunch of videos on it on YouTube. You can watch it from TGR or ICT. And if you guys want an explanation from me, well, let's just leave it in the comments and I'll maybe do a video on it eventually. But really, there's a bunch of video all over YouTube. So, in quick words, NASDAQ fills up the fair value gap, but not ES, which means, well, if ES reacts and also NASDAQ reacts, well, we have this SMT, right? It means that ES doesn't necessarily have to go into fair value gap. NASDAQ already has gone into it and reacted cleanly off of it. But we didn't know if we were going to react off the fair value gap just yet at 9:30. Now obviously at 11:13 we know that, well, we reacted pretty cleanly on both indexes. First of all, I apologize for all the lines you see on the graph. Well, what you see are either fair value gaps, possible jaws of liquidity, and that's pretty much it. That's all I work with pretty much. Actually, I had drawn out a orange line right here. That was because I was trying to find where the equilibrium would maybe be if we didn't react off the fair value gap, and I would be possibly bearish for today. Maybe I would aim for the equilibrium because market has to rebalance eventually. And there weren't really clear gaps on the daily or the 4 hour. So I just marked out equilibrium and yeah. But we ended up being bullish today. So as I said previously, I'm a reaction trader, so I'm going to react off of what market is giving me. And at 9:30 open, NASDAQ decides to do this bearish candle, sorry. And it looks like maybe market will decide to, ignore this gap and go all the way down. But what happens at 9:31? Well, we have this huge bullish candle followed by another bullish candle, and these two together along with the 9:33 form this 1 minute gap, and 9:34 candle actually taps into it, which is a clear sign for me to maybe start looking at longs, because we have all of this low resistance right here, all these possible jaws of liquidity. I actually marked all the way up here. I thought it was maybe a bit greedy to aim all the way up here, but As you guys can see by the title, I didn't go very far. So as you can see right here, after entering off of this candle, which I believe was 935, after we have a confirmation that yeah, right here, 935 candle, which is a clear break of structure to the upside. And look at ES as well. We are even more bullish on ES. And as you can see right here, ES is even more bullish than Nasdaq. All the great signs for longs. So I didn't go very far. I didn't even really see green on my screen for most of this. I set my stop loss right under this little tick right here at 934. I don't know if you guys can see well right here. What I should have done was set my stop loss just a bit under this 1 minute, right? And this way, well, the market can decide to go back into the fair value gap, and I don't have to get stopped out necessarily, right? It's all about risk, and here I was too close with my stop loss, right? As you can see, it did go back into the 1 minute. So after taking a loss of around $350, I saw that market was coming right back up after being stopped out at around here. I thought maybe I was unlucky, maybe I could get back into the market, and maybe this was, just like I said, a tap back into the fair value gap. And so I re-entered here, and market decides I could actually see some green today, just a little bit. And however, with this candle being a little bit weird, and during lifetime, it didn't look like we would continue going further up for more draws. I decided I'm going to take TP1 at this line right here, which is this gap here, which is also a possible draw where market could decide to flip, and it did. I moved my stop loss to break even, and I got stopped out. So like I said in the previous video, sometimes ES has clean price action and Nasdaq doesn't, or the opposite. Today ES was cleaner, and I ended up taking trades on Nasdaq. If I had taken trades on ES, maybe the day would have been better, which honestly maybe not, because this right here was also around where I took the trade, and maybe would have got stopped out. So I ended up saving around $130 after this second trade, which, you know, makes my day a little bit better, or a little less worse, I should say. On the week, I'm having a pretty rough week, but you know, in the next 2 days maybe it'll flip, and hopefully I could show you guys a video where I'm actually winning and explain to you a winning thought process instead of always correcting my mistakes. It could also be good for my mental health. So those are the 2 trades I ended up taking today. Maybe you guys learned a little something. If you have anything to add, please put it in the comments. And also, I'm gonna put this video as not for kids, because they're telling me if I put it as a video made for kids, then I'm not gonna have any comments, which is kind of weird. I never knew about that. The whole point of this is to have interactions with you guys, so I'm gonna set it with comments, and you guys can maybe let me know a little bit of something about today's market. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.